Hello and welcome to another awesome episode of IVM Likes. Happy Independence Day. This is the 75th year of independence. Did you guys know this?
I think this is अभी हमने 75 years complete कर लिया है.
So this is 76 है मतलब 70 नहीं, this is completing 75.
So this is completing 75.
Yeah.
Amrit Mahotsav.
We are completing the 75th year.
Yeah, did you
on
get
15th of August?
Did you guys get the Tiranga home?
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Of course.
Oh wow, you did?
Yeah.
Wow, he's playing it safe. You jokes.
So the
You know, lying is also destroying. Destroying. Destroying.
so they're actually distributing the Tiranga.
Yeah, it's the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign.
Yeah, so I have gotten news that it's also happening in Delhi apparently, that they're going door to door and giving out Tirangas.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Like
yeah.
I have gotten news that they are doing this.
I think it's okay only. So see, when I see US and UK, every ghar has at least two of their
Tirangas.
of उनके वाला जो भी तिरंगा है, ठीक है.
Akhand Bharat.
Indian flag.
In
It's
true
great.
sense,
I like
Akhand
this.
Bharat, Tirangas in UK.
हाँ, तो अगर उनका वाला तिरंगा वो लोग लगा रहे तो अपन भी लगा.
It's called a flag, Snayhil.
Correct.
हाँ,
Yep.
sorry,
Why not?
flag.
How big were you guys on like school functions during the Independence Day?
Bro,
parade?
full.
Oh,
Yeah,
full
but
on,
did
full
you
on.
always go for your 9 o'clock assemblies and all?
Yeah.
7:30 in the morning.
7:30.
7
Yeah.
o'clock, yeah. 7
Correct.
o'clock.
Yeah.
And building में, do your buildings do this?
Yes, mine does.
Yeah, still mine does.
Yeah.
I've never gone once
Yes.
in my building. Do you think you've gone?
So I haven't gone since the time I left school. No, I haven't.
No?
But in school we used to go. So interestingly, my school, because I am from Mumbai,
Huh.
my school didn't have a ground. So
Oh, yeah, fair. Dude. No.
Exactly.
No, wait. Before that. To that point, I was in a school called Green Lawns and we had no lawns.
So,
That's literally
Again, Mumbai?
a name of
Mumbai?
a school. Huh.
yes.
so we from Delhi, we don't have this problem. Actually, coincidentally, just before recording this episode,
Yeah.
I got a call from a friend. He was like, bro, मैं एक प्रोफेशनल क्रिकेट मैच ये ऑर्गेनाइज करवा रहा हूँ. एक बार ये हमारे स्कूल से पूछेगा कि वन ऑफ द लॉन्स अगर वो रेंट पे दे सकते हैं तो फॉर अ डे.
Okay.
Wow.
Brag.
And I was like, okay,
And we said
I'll ask.
Okay,
This is,
but we can breathe here in this city without oxygen masks. So
Not for long.
Not for long.
For how long? And we'll be underwater and we can't breathe.
Soon
so
enough, yeah.
The air and water is trying to kill us now. What the hell?
Okay, so my school.
But talking about patriotism, we love this city.
And country.
Yes, and
What
country.
a time to shit on
Yes.
Mumbai.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yes.
Sorry.
So my school didn't have a playground. So,
Okay.
but even
Easily I
then,
played with my life.
yes, I did. But other than that, so we used to still do the whole patriotism wala thing and flag hosting on 15th of August and 26th of January.
Yeah.
On the street in front of my school.
Oh, wow.
We used to block the entire road
great
off.
for the neighborhood. Yeah. That's community
Block the
building.
entire road off.
Yeah.
Her
We used to
neighborhood
do
tiranga.
Yeah.
we used to do the march past on the road
Okay.
with students going back and forth full on in the NCC cadet wala thing.
यार
Yeah.
तुम लोग का
1, 2,
स्पोर्ट्स डे
1, 2.
किधर होता था फिर?
On the road.
हमारा वानखेड़े स्टेडियम में होता था.
Oh, yeah. Interestingly, even we rented.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. Even we rented a stadium. Stadium.
My school was Green Lawn School. It was a very elite, like rich people school. This is what it is.
Humble brag.
And so our sports day, we used to get the Wankhede Stadium booked, and we go to Wankhede Stadium and just
Wow.
stay there.
Yeah. So even in my
So
school.
the edges of the boundary they would make repurpose into
Yeah.
running like 100 meters, 200 meters.
Yeah.
athlete wale tracks, yeah.
athlete
Track and
tracks,
field
yeah.
one.
Exactly.
Bro, after this episode, I'll show you pictures of my school.
Hey, I'll show you pictures of Wankhede
Wankhede
Stadium, bro.
Stadium.
What are you even talking about?
हमारा खुद का पर्सनल वानखेड़. हमारा यार 500 मीटर का ग्राउंड था.
Dude, don't get me started on the grounds I've been in. I was in Panchgani. Mangal Pandey wanted to be shot on our grounds, but he said no.
But
Okay.
in
Was it?
1857,
Wasn't he hanged? Please cut.
That was spot on. I love that. That was great. That was well done, Madam. But that's exactly right. In
Walked into
1827, Mangal Pandey,
Mangal Pandey, like,
when he was starting the freedom movement.
मुझे पंचगनी में मार गया तो.
Sanjeevan Vidyalaya के grounds पे. Duh. Do you not know this?
Okay, we can't shit on this.
No, it's
not
we're
on an Independence Day special podcast, guys, please.
we are catching it all, like fixing it all into this
Okay.
one episode.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
is the
very
one
neatly.
thing we're not supposed to do.
Yeah. So,
Patriotism.
बड़ी बात की छोटी बात, लंबी बात की छोटी बात. Happy Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Yes.
And that's what we talk about on this episode. Movies of independence? No, of patriotic
Yeah,
movies.
movies that are patriotic. Patriotic movies.
Patriotic movies. There's only one way to say it, I guess. You can't say
Actually.
movies of patriotism.
Movies that make you say Jai Hind, basically.
Yeah, sure.
That is
what
every
Nikhil said.
movie ever because starting में वो
Yes.
national anthem play करते
That's what I was trying to say.
हैं. Yeah.
What do you say, Jai Hind after the national anthem? I like Snayhil. National anthem. Jai Hind. Yeah, one
there
for the
will-
South
Have you
Indian.
not been in studio? Have you not been in theaters where this happens?
There will always
Yeah,
be
yeah.
one person who will shout Bharat Mata ki Jai
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Jai Hind.
Jai
I've
Hind.
never
Yeah,
seen it,
every
huh?
single time. Like you'll always find.
In every movie that I go
Yeah.
to, there is
And
always one.
especially
नहीं, I
so
think
if
तेरे को
it's
देख
like
के
a,
लोग डर जाते हैं. This guy's definitely right wing.
I am fully patriotic.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I mean,
Fully.
yeah, so you do it. You can admit it.
So
Fine.
it happens, especially if it's like a patriotic film. Then तो 100% it will
100%
happen.
bro. I
I've
think
never-
मैं भूल भुलैया उसमें भी हुआ था. भूल भुलैया 2 मैं देखने गया था and national anthem play हुआ.
Bhul
and then-
Bhulaiya is a patriotic film though.
Yeah, most,
okay.
some would say, most patriotic.
Okay, anyway, let's
We
get
are
to
talking
actual
about-
patriot. Yeah.
Yes.
The most patriotic movies that we remember from our childhood. And we'll talk to Nikhil. This is Nikhil Joshi, our
Hello.
colleague here at IVM. And I'm Antariksh and this is Snayhil. We'll talk to you right after this break about our
Patriotic
favorite patriotic
movies.
movies. And we're back. As we start talking about our favorite
Patriotic
movies, we're going to say the word patriotic a lot.
A lot in this episode.
So, drinking game. Though even though it's a dry day, I guess. Right? It's a dry day.
Have your
Yeah.
tea ka sip whenever we say patriotic. Oh, I guess you have to drink.
My coffee's too hot. I'm letting it cool down a little bit more. I will drink. So starting off, I want to ask you a question, like an age-old question.
Okay.
Which is the better movie? The
Border
Legend
और
of Bhagat
LOC
Singh?
मत- अच्छा,
नहीं,
ठीक है.
The Legend of Bhagat Singh or 23rd month 1931 Shahid. They both came out in the same year. One stars Bobby Deol one and the
I think the Ajay Devgan one.
Ajay Devgan one.
Yeah, I think the Ajay Devgan
Ajay
one is a
Devgan
little
one.
better.
I also would agree, but I like the songs of Shahid better.
One other thing I'll tell you about the Ajay Devgan wala movie.
हाँ.
So very less people know कि that movie
Stars Ajay Devgan.
उस मूवी का इंस्पिरेशन नहीं कह सकता मैं, बट उस मूवी के काफी एक्सर्प्ट्स जो हैं, काफी रिसर्च जो है वो पीयूष मिश्रा के प्ले गगन दमामा बाजियों से लिए गए हैं.
अरे वाह.
एंड मूवी की स्टार्टिंग में जब कास्टिंग आती है ना, उसके अंदर लिखा हुआ आता है स्पेशल थैंक्स टू पीयूष मिश्रा. एंड देयर इज दिस वन सीन, गगन दमामा बाजियों बाय द वे प्ले भी है जो मैंने IVM लाइक्स पे रेकमेंड किया हुआ है, क्योंकि मैं प्लेज ही रेकमेंड कर रहा हूँ आजकल.
हाँ.
सो गगन दमामा बाजियों प्ले भी है जो एक्चुअली पीयूष मिश्रा का रिटर्न इज टू थिएटर. उन्होंने अपना रिटर्न जो है वो इस प्ले से अनाउंस किया. सो द लेजेंड ऑफ भगत सिंह का जो पहला सीन है, दैट इज द मूवी इज अ फ्लैशबैक ऑफ सॉर्ट्स, अगर आप लोग को ध्यान हो तो.
याद है अभी.
या सो पहला सीन जो है वो पहला मूवी का सीन ये है कि भगत सिंह को जब फांसी दी गई है तो उसके बाद उनको भगत सिंह और उनके राजगुरु और सुखदेव की बॉडीज को जो है वो पीछे से ले गए हैं एंड उनको जलाने के लिए उनको एक नदी के किनारे जला रहे हैं, सो दैट क्राउड डजंट. हाँ, तो वहां पे क्राउड कुछ लोग उनको नोटिस कर लेते हैं एंड देन दे इन अ वेरी हरीड मैनर वो बॉडीज को वैसे ही काटते हैं और नदी में फेंक देते हैं. दिस इज अ वेरी ऐसा डिटेल जो काफी लोगों को नहीं पता, एंड दिस डिटेल इज देयर इन गगन दमामा बाजियों. एंड व्हेन आई सॉ दैट सीन आई वाज लाइक, ये तो पीयूष मिश्रा के प्ले में है, ये इस मूवी में एकदम से कैसे आया?
You knew the scene back in the day before even watching the movie.
So the thing was कि पीयूष मिश्रा का प्ले मैंने पढ़ा हुआ था पहले से.
Okay.
ठीक है, एंड देन आई वाज लाइक ये तो उस प्ले का वो है.
हाँ.
एंड देन आई वेंट फिर मैंने ध्यान से कास्टिंग देखा तो उसमें लिखा हुआ आता है स्पेशल थैंक्स टू पीयूष मिश्रा.
Oh, this guy's some Piyush Mishra mega fan, dude. He's not simping about this guy. But I remember talking about Legend of Bhagat Singh. I remember the Sunny Deol part of it. Wait, Sunny Deol was in the Bobby Deol one?
I have not seen the Bobby Deol one.
So I don't
See,
remember.
Chandrasekhar Azad was played by
Yes.
Sunny Deol in one of
He
the
was
movies.
played Chandrasekhar Azad. I don't know which film it is. It must be either of the two.
I think
Oh.
then must be the Bobby Deol one because
Of course.
that one scene of the death of Chandrasekhar Azad and how he was surrounded
Yeah.
in that park where he was
Ambushed, yeah.
ambushed and all. That scene is great. Yeah, Sunny Deol, Chandrasekhar Azad in the Shaheed movie.
Bobby
Yeah,
Deol.
Great scene, dude. Great action. There's this final scene, right? It's this final part of the scene where he finally loses his life. He gets shot.
Yes.
Loses his life. He's fighting till the end. Okay, and oh no, I think with the last bullet he takes his life.
He shoots himself with
He
the
shoots
final
himself.
bullet.
He said, मैं आजाद जिया था, मैं आजाद ही मर
Yeah,
गया.
but his eyes are still open.
Yes.
Okay, at least in the scene. So like a British officer like comes forward, sees that this guy is still alive, and he freaks out, and then like goes and runs behind like a rock and all again.
Yes.
And that part is very cool.
Yeah. So
I mean, sorry, Chandrasekhar Azad ji, to be, I don't want to be disrespectful.
नहीं मतलब
No,
like
You get what I mean? But that scene is
उस
very cool.
एक्टर ने इतना कमाल
Sunny Deol ने
किया
बहुत सिखा.
और फिर जो इमेज चंद्रशेखर आजाद की है
Exactly,
कि
exactly.
एक फियरलेस की
Fearless,
मतलब वो एक
yeah.
ऐसे थे कि जिनसे सारे अंग्रेज डरते
Yeah.
थे
That's exactly.
कि
So-
ये सामने आ गए.
yeah, so I'm a bit of a history nut, so I keep reading about all of this. So
Okay.
that scene is actually rather accurate to what had actually happened.
What, really?
Yes, it was.
Oh.
So firstly, interestingly, Chandrasekhar Azad was only 25 when that happened.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He
Okay.
was only 25 when he died, and like the Britishers especially had sheer terror of this man because he had like taken their case in so many different occasions.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so be it like the Kakori Khan that happened or a few other times, and he was a master of disguise. So you
Really?
couldn't figure out that it's him, even if there's like only 4 people in the room. You wouldn't recognize him that, oh, this is in fact Chandrasekhar Azad. So that's how great he was, and that's why like they went after him so much. Even after he was dead, they were still like a little hesitant to admit that he might finally be dead, and they were a little scared to go and approach his body. That was just
Yeah.
the sheer terror that the man had.
Yeah. That's damn cool.
Yeah. And same for Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh was 23 years old.
23,
Yeah, 23
bro.
years.
Like if you read what he's written
Crazy. It's crazy.
at the age of 23,
It's unbelievable.
bro, it's unbelievable. मतलब
How old were Sukhdev and Rajguru?
Same age.
Sukhdev
इसी
was a
around पे
little
थे.
older
Okay.
than Bhagat Singh. He was around 25-ish.
Okay.
Not very old. And Rajguru was the same age as Bhagat Singh.
Bro, मतलब like so again my Bhagat Singh knowledge का जो स्टार्ट हुआ था कि मेरे को उनके बारे में जानना है और पढ़ना है was through पीयूष मिश्रा only because पीयूष मिश्रा always says
Oh,
कि
kind of same. Yeah.
या सो पीयूष मिश्रा ने अपनी जितनी भी बार उनकी आज़ादी के बारे में बात हुई है या फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल के बारे में बात हुई है, भगत सिंह के बारे में बात हुई है, ऑलवेज सेड कि मैं जब गगन तमाम बाजू लिख रहा था तो मैं ऐसे कहता था कि भगत सिंह मेरा दोस्त है. मैंने इतना पढ़ना शुरू किया भगत सिंह के बारे में कि जब भी मैं उनके बारे में या उनके ऊपर कोई कविता या कुछ भी लिखता था मैं ऐसे बात करता था कि हाँ भाई भगत तुम्हें क्या लगता है कि ये जो मैं लिख रहा हूँ ये तुम्हारे बारे में सही लिख रहा हूँ. एंड देन ही सेज कि मुझे वहां से जवाब भी आता. ऑब्वियसली इट्स हिज
It's a full Lagera Munna Bhai moment.
या सो ही वाज लाइक कि मैंने भगत सिंह को अपना दोस्त मान लिया था.
Yeah.
और मैं जितना भी उनके बारे में लिखता था पढ़ता था मैं उनसे क्रॉस चेक करता था कि हाँ मैं ये लिख रहा हूँ आपके हिसाब से सही है. फिर मुझे फीडबैक आता था, फिर मैं लिखता था. इस तरीके से उन्होंने बताया ये. एंड दैट फॉर मी वाज सो ब्यूटीफुल.
Exactly.
वाज सो आई मेरे घर पे लॉकडाउन में आई वाज लिसनिंग टू दिस 1 hour 45 minutes का उनका एक टॉक दैट इज एंटायरली ऑन
It's
भगत
called
सिंह.
Bhagat Singh, my friend.
भगत सिंह मेरा दोस्त भगत सिंह माय फ्रेंड.
It's a TED talk that he's
Yeah.
given, and it's about how the character of Bhagat Singh quite literally haunted him. Like he could see him in his sleep.
Yeah.
That is how much he was inspired by it to an extent where he was living with him pretty much because he's a writer at the end of the day.
Sure,
So
yeah.
you know he has that kind of creative streak in him that he could visualize a lot of the things as well. Just a crazy thing about how these boys of HSRA, the Hindustan Socialist Republican Association, which was the party of Bhagat Singh
Yeah.
and Chandrasekhar Azad and Rajguru and all of them were. So they bombed the parliament, right? This must have heard. This is a very popular thing that we were taught in history.
Yeah.
That they bombed the parliament with smoke bombs.
Yeah.
So after that, the trial started, and Rajguru, being the total londa that he was, went into the parliament, and so they were just taking a cross of him. They were asking him questions about. So the entire international media was present. The press was present
Okay.
inside the court, and he started narrating the story of how a bomb is made.
Yeah.
He was telling.
No. Actually, it wasn't that. It was so जिसने इनके ऊपर ब्लेम लगाया था ना कि तुम कि तुमने बॉम्ब बनाया है, तो इज लाइक सर हम तो रहे हैं, अपन ने कैसे बॉम्ब बना लिया और तुम कैसे कह सकते हो कि हमने बॉम्ब बनाया है. तो उसने बोला कि तुमने इस बंदे से सीखा है बॉम्ब बनाना, ये रहा विटनेस स्टैंड. तो वो बंदा जिससे उन्होंने सीखा होता है बॉम्ब बनाना उसको वो विटनेस स्टैंड में ले आते हैं. एंड देन ही इज लाइक ये क्या हमें बताया गया, ऐसे खुद नहीं आता बॉम्ब बनाना ये वो, तो ऐसे उसको इतना उन लोग ने वो किया दैट ही सेड कि अच्छा तुम कहते हो कि मुझे बॉम्ब बनाना नहीं आता, बॉम्ब के लिए ये लगता है, 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 एंड द एंटायर मीडिया wrote it down.
And the next day, in all national newspapers and international, there's recipes of how
कैसे
bomb is
बनाना है
made.
बॉम्ब. So and Rajguru said also कि थैंक यू कि तुम्हारी वजह से अब इस देश का बच्चा
बच्चा
जानता है
बनाया.
कि रिवोल्ट कैसे कर सकते हैं.
हाँ,
So fucking
बॉम्ब से
crazy.
तो नहीं करने चाहिए.
नहीं उस
But
टाइम
उस
के
time पे
हालात
ठीक था.
अलग थे
Exactly.
ना यार.
So yeah, obviously very different context to the
Yes,
world
yes.
that we're living
Yes,
in today.
correct.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, just to show the boys' side of all of these boys, in fact.
हाँ, at the end of the day they were 22,
They were
23.
22,
Yeah, they were
23.
And the reason why I bring Piyush Mishra up when Bhagat Singh happens is because like whenever we talk about Bhagat Singh, this man comes to my mind is because उन्होंने अपनी writing में
Exactly.
भगत सिंह को इतने अच्छे, अब जैसे सटायर हो गया या असली में सीख हो गया, अब जैसे उनका एक गाना है जिसके हैमलेट है शायद, उसमें वो एक लाइन बोलते हैं कि अरे गया भगत सिंह छुट्टी पे, भाई टॉम क्रूज को लाओ.
Yes.
इट्स लाइक अ टॉन्ट ऑन दिस जनरेशन कि भाई तुम लोग को अपना हिस्ट्री जानना है नहीं जानना है, दैट डजंट मैटर टू यू गाइस टुडे.
Yeah.
तुम्हारे लिए क्या है, गया भगत सिंह छुट्टी पे, भाई टॉम क्रूज दिखा दो, टॉप गन दिखा दो, चलेगा, भगत सिंह के बारे में नहीं जानना, विच आई थिंक शुड नॉट हैपन. लाइक यू शुड नो योर हिस्ट्री.
Yeah, so it's one of his only lines in the Ram Prasad Bismal song that he's written, Sarfaroshi ki Tamanna.
Sarfaroshi ki
So he's
Tamanna.
written a very pop version of the song, which is relevant to today's day, in which there's a line, ओरे बिस्मिल काशा आते आज तुम हिंदुस्तान, आज के लौंडे तो साले ये ट्रशन में थ्रिल में है, which is again a fantastic way to
wow.
show what the youth of today
Yeah.
has become and how different we are to what
Amazing,
times used
amazing.
to be. Yeah.
Absolutely. What do you guys? Which actor do you think has done the most patriotic
Justice?
films?
Okay.
Justice.
I thought you were going to ask which actor did the most justice to the character of Bhagat Singh.
I mean, sure, yeah, okay. That's a
So,
great question.
यार
Okay.
मैंने अजय देवगन वाली ही भगत सिंह देखी है, तो आई थिंक
अच्छा.
I actually liked the Rang De Basanti version of Bhagat Singh as well. I think
Amir played Bhagat Singh.
no,
No,
Amir played
Amir
Chandrasekhar
played
Azad.
Oh,
yeah.
Siddharth played Bhagat Singh.
Siddharth played the role of Bhagat Singh.
Yeah.
I find that it was only like what 10-15 minutes of him
Yeah.
as Bhagat Singh,
Bhagat Singh, yeah.
but I find it a good job. Like he's done a fantastic job, and especially
Sure, fair.
the director has really like very sincerely recreated that era
Yeah.
today.
But I like Ajay Devgan was nice, but Bobby Deol was also quite nice in
Yeah,
Shahid. I would
Bobby
say.
Deol is a good actor, man.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah, Bobby Deol, the Deol family gets a bad rap nowadays
Yeah.
for being like bad dancers and not great actors.
But I
they
think
are-
Deol family has created like some bro,
Yeah.
Dharmender, Ajay,
Yeah.
ये और Bobby Deol, Sunny Deol.
Let's not even
Abhay
get
Deol.
into
Abhay
Abhay Deol, dude.
I
Abhay
think
Deol is-
Malani is also there.
Yeah.
So इन लोग ने चाहे तुम इनका जितना भी मजाक उड़ा लो, डीजे बॉबी बोल लो या डांस के बारे में बात कर लो
DJ
या
Bobby.
whatever, but so there was this time when Bobby Deol was the talk of the town, the
Yeah.
hottest
Yeah.
property
Yeah.
of Bollywood.
Yeah.
So
Still, one of my favorite songs ever in Bollywood is "तेरी आँखों में बसा है
Yeah,
तेरा ही
100%.
चेहरा.
तेरा ही
Okay,
एक
copyright issues, guys. Let's
Okay,
not.
sorry.
No, he said it wrong, so it's fine. We can't get copyright. Gotcha. Can you? Okay, that's
No.
for a different question. For a different day.
Let's not lay
But-
bait to get
So
copyrights.
yeah, okay, we'll say Ajay Devgan was the better Bhagat Singh because I guess we have seen
Most of us have watched that movie. Yeah.
that's it. Okay, coming back to which actor do you think, if you had to say, has done the most patriotic? I think Sunny Deol would be up
Akshay
there.
Kumar.
Akshay Kumar,
Akshay
dude.
Kumar, at this point, sure, yeah,
Yeah.
of course, Akshay Kumar.
Like every August he comes up with a new patriotic film.
But dude, I feel like Sunny Deol has done quite a few, man.
He's done quite a few, yes.
Then Legend of Bhagat Singh, sorry, the Shahid movie.
Border.
Then Border, yes.
Gadar.
Gadar. All those other where he's a police officer and all.
Yeah, he's done quite a
He
few
has a
of those.
speech in every movie
Yeah.
about the Vardi and
Ashraf
the
Ali,
Desh.
Ashraf
Yes.
Ali,
Oh,
Ashraf Ali.
iconic.
iconic.
Yeah. So I think he's done quite a few. See, if you think about it, Akshay Kumar has done like 4, 5, 6 only. Yeah,
No,
not that many.
no, more than that. More
Patriotic
than-
movies?
Yeah.
So okay, Holiday, Baby,
Holiday, Baby, Gold,
Gold,
Airlift.
Airlift.
He's done वो कौन सी थी यार?
Gold,
Gold तो बोल दी.
बोल
gold बोल दी.
Kesari is
केसरी
Kesari,
yes.
Kesaria, which is the
Kesari.
what movie
केसरी
is
केसरी
Kesari?
केसरिया गाना है भाई.
Kesari गाना, sorry.
Kesari is another one.
5 हो गए, हाँ.
Prithviraj is kind of no, but it's,
Bro, it is patriotism.
Yeah, it is
in
about
essence.
fighting
Yeah,
invaders.
yeah.
Yeah.
ठीक है, चलो 6, हाँ.
Yeah.
चलो, हाँ, काफी है.
But I think there's more.
सूर्यवंशी.
Wait. Yeah,
सूर्यवंशी.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 7. Wow, that's quite a lot.
I think
yeah.
there's a few
And there are
also.
more. There are more.
In
They,
90s and all, did he play police
it
officer?
cannot be
मैं खिलाड़ी
only
don't know,
this
he's
much,
not
bro.
patriotic.
No,
I
it's
would
not.
say.
So
Rowdy
post-
Rathore.
No.
Bro, Rowdy Rathore is a full patriot.
Shut the
Sorry. Chandni Chowk to China.
Rustam.
That's 8.
Rustam.
Wow,
Gabbar.
Gabbar. Oh yeah.
Gabbar.
Gabbar is
मंगल वो
Special 26.
नहीं अरे मंगल यार
not patriotic.
वो पेट्रियोटिज्म नहीं है.
This is about this
No,
income
no.
tax
Income tax,
department.
but that's
अरे
not.
but
that
bro
doesn't
he's
mean
the
patriotic.
bogus
Yeah, fair.
but this यार
Sorry,
मंगल
spoiler alert about special chapter.
this Mars movie Mission Mangal
Mission Mangal, हाँ, correct.
Mission Mangal
Mission Mangal. Oh yeah.
yes
That's
ठीक है
like 10.
that's quite a lot
quite a lot.
okay the toiletic prem katha it's not
Toilet,
out and
yeah.
out patriotism
But it is.
but it's a
But
very
it is
important
country
issue
development.
Yeah, it is social development
yeah.
and yeah.
Namaste London bro that speech
yeah.
That is-
I don't know if it's a
Wow.
patriotic
I didn't
patriotic
think
movie
about it. I would say it is. It
but
is
then that
for the love
speech,
of your
that-
country.
yeah, that
Yeah.
speech
I
that's
think in
amazing
fact from that speech onwards he's done more patriotic films.
Yeah, bro.
My favorite
Before
Katrina
that, he
Kaif role
hasn't
till
done
date,
many.
by the way. My favorite Katrina Kaif role till date.
जॉली LLB 2
Yeah. Oh yeah.
जॉली LLB 2 सारी उसकी जो वो थी बढ़िया वाली जो जिसमें वो पुलिस ऑफिसर बनता है मैं खिलाड़ी तू अनाड़ी
नहीं, that's so patriotic.
पेट्रियोटिक नहीं है अच्छा ओके
बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. No.
खाकी
Khaki. Yeah.
Khaki is patriotic though.
Dude, it says the name is
खाकी
I mean, so is it about like some love and some betrayal and shit?
no it's
No.
about एक
It's about
पुलिस
worthy.
yeah
It is about the Vardi.
I think it has to be अक्षय कुमार and अभी वो एक दो और पिक्चरें कर रहा
Must be.
है जो आने वाली हैं
Yeah.
And so easily, dude. Like Sunny Deol is not even close.
Yeah, not even close. That's what I'm saying. Akshay Kumar has done more. I think on second number, still Sunny Deol wouldn't stand. John
So
Abraham.
from all of those, which would you say is your favorite? Akshay Kumar.
From
Akshay
the
Kumar movie.
Akshay Kumar universe of
I really
patriotic
like
movies.
Baby. Baby was
I like
damn
Baby.
fun.
Sure, Baby
वो
is a
उसने
damn
वो भी करी थी नाम शबाना उसमें उसका कैमियो था
Boss, I was just telling you about Naam Shabana.
Yeah.
So Naam Shabana is the prequel to Baby.
Yes, it is.
It's a spin-off तापसी पन्नू के
but
कैरेक्टर का
spin-off and
spin-off है वो.
prequel.
Yeah.
Spin-off
Enough
and
which
prequel.
happens before the events
Yeah,
of
before
Yeah,
the events.
true,
is
true,
saying,
true.
Correct. And it's a good movie, by the way.
It's a good movie. I liked
better.
I really liked Baby.
I loved
Yeah,
Baby.
yeah.
Great film.
It's a movie.
the
It's
It's
film-
a movie guys हाँ
Please.
it's a movie
It's a film where he goes to arrest a
The movie,
terrorist.
yeah it's
Baby
it's
is
a
their
movie.
the name of their cohort ops or something. That's the name they get at the end
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
movie.
Yes.
and all,
उस ग्रुप को वो लोग बेबी
yeah. उस group को हम
Yeah.
बुलाते हैं Baby. This is
डैनी
Danny
डेंजोक्पा
Denzopa, yes, correct. He praises.
अच्छा आपको एक और डैनी डेंजोक्पा के बारे में बात बताओ
हाँ.
गब्बर वाला जो रोल है वो पहले डैनी डेंजोक्पा
क्या
करना
बात कर रहे हैं?
शोले?
या ब्रो
अमजद खान का?
या तो
Oh, damn.
शोले का जो रोल है वो शोले में जो गब्बर का रोल है दीस गाइस वांटेड डैनी डेंजोक्पा टू डू दैट
You would have been good, Danny.
एंड डैनी के पास डेट्स नहीं थी तो इन लोग ने अमजद खान के साथ अमजद खान के साथ शूट किया आधी फिल्म पूरी शूट करने के बाद भी प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर्स वाले लाइक डैनी को ले आओ यार इसको निकाल दो कोई वो नहीं है नहीं रखना नहीं है एंड देन दे वर लाइक दे वर नॉट एबल टू गेट डैनी एट ऑल
And then some
एंड
big
देन दे
scene
वर
is
लाइक कि
always
चलो कर लो यार अब आधी शूट कर ली है वी कांट लाइक तो उन्होंने पूरी गब्बर के साथ शूट करी एंड शोले का गब्बर का एक एक डायलॉग
Dialogue, हाँ.
आइकॉनिक है
As they say, the rest is history.
या कि मतलब एज बेसिक एज कितने आदमी थे
Yeah.
होली कब है?
होली कब है इट इज आइकॉनिक
कितना इनाम
रखी है सरकार हम पर
Every single हाथ मुझे दे दे ठाकुर.
there is a very cool very old now interview with Amjad Khan. He's being interviewed by this I think this Pakistani
ओके
news outlet or something like that. Pakistani news outlet which is based in the UK or something like
Okay.
that. Okay, so they are visiting India and they have gone to his house and they're interviewing him in his house and just this guy's so frank,
Yeah.
like talking about the media, talking about
हाँ.
paparazzi, like back then when he was alive and shit. And amazing, he's talking about why movies work, why movies, some of these movies don't work. Amazing, dude. Very
Amjad
frank,
Khan
very amazing interview.
Was a bit of a philosophical person.
Yeah, he
also.
was.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no
Very
doubt, no
cool.
doubt.
Yeah.
अच्छा वन क्वेश्चन आई हैव आप लोगों के हिसाब से द ओजी पेट्रियोटिज्म वाली मूवी कौन सी है लाइक आई थिंक दी ओजी इससे बेटर पेट्रियोटिज्म मतलब वाली मूवी जो जिसने आपके अंदर जगा दिया हो
I
मतलब
think for me it has to be border, man. Like how can it be anything else?
Yeah.
I would say.
So
For how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. I'm 30.
25
Yeah. So I think people for me and younger and a little older than me even would all of us would be border because that's the first
सी मेरे लिए भी बॉर्डर है बट
हाँ.
आई थिंक
border सबके लिए है. Okay.
मतलब
Yeah.
तुम्हारे लिए पेट्रियोटिज्म के मामले में क्या चल रहा है?
पेट्रियोटिज्म के मामले में क्या चल रहा है?
मतलब लाइक मूवीज कि ऐसा कौन सा?
Yeah. So if you ask like what like made me feel like India and made me say Jai Hind in the theater and all that, I think now I didn't see Border in the theaters.
Oh, I saw it in theater.
No, I was too small when Border came out to see it in the theater.
Okay.
But I think that would have been one film that would have made me say.
हाँ bro, वैसे Border ने जो emotions जगा दिए थे ना अंदर.
I mean when Sunil Shetty says "Ma Shakti," you really you feel it. You feel it.
यार see it sounds so illogical, but then in that moment वो land mine उठा के भाग रहा है.
Yeah, exactly.
And वो जाके
correct. For its time, I would say it was like a very groundbreaking film.
Yeah, bro.
Because there were explosions which were breaking the ground in the movie. But also, like, dude, the number of actors they were able to get to play all those
and
roles.
the production quality.
So who
I
else?
mean,
Sunil Shetty was there.
Akshay
Sunny Deol,
Khanna,
Akshay Khanna.
Sunil Shetty, Sunny Deol was
Deol.
of course the lead role.
They were.
सबसे iconic dialogue.
Puneet sir was there.
Yeah, bro, Puneet sir.
Kulbhushan Kharbanda was there.
Yeah, wow.
कुलभूषण वाज दैट गाय ना जो खाना बना के कुक करते हैं. भाई वो डायलॉग मधुरा दास इससे पहले कि मैं तुझे गद्दार करार देकर गोली मार दूं भाग जा यहाँ से.
Oh yeah, Jackie Shroff. Even the scene
Tabu is there, Pooja Bhatt is there.
The Jackie Shroff scene where it's the dark of the night and they're about to like start retreating. The Indian army is starting to retreat and they're like cornered from all sides and the planes start to fly.
That's great,
bro. That dialogue.
Pure goosebumps.
रात है तो इसलिए हमारा पेन नहीं उठ सकता. That dialogue is so famous. Everyone
यार वो dialogue.
Because of that, I know that our planes can't fly at night. And it's so sad. They can't fly at night, dude. There's radar and shit.
जिंदगी और मौत वाहेगुरु के हाथ में और मेरा वाहेगुरु दुश्मन के साथ नहीं मेरे साथ
है. Oh yeah.
This is whose dialogue? Sunny
This
Deol.
is Sunny Deol, bro.
मेरा वाहेगुरु. Say it like Sunny. I'm sure you can do it.
Please do a Sunny Deol.
Who can match Sunny Deol, bro? एक वो शायद तुम नहीं जानते ये धरती शेर भी पैदा करती है दूसरों को मिट्टी में मिलाने वाले शेर.
Are you just reading Sunny Deol's diary?
Yes.
Sunny Deol writes goes on
बॉर्डर यार वो डायलॉग कितना फेमस है. चिड़िया नाल बाज लड़ावा.
Oh yeah.
आई थिंक बॉर्डर ने इतने कमाल के डायलॉग्स दिए हैं ना सारे के. एंड बॉर्डर का वो सीन कितना फेमस है जब वो ऊपर पायलट को देख के ऐसा थम्स अप दिखा.
Oh yeah, that's the scene I'm talking about. That's the scene where he comes in with the
Jackie Shroff comes and saves
bombs all the
cavalry.
tanks. Bombs all the tanks of the Pakistan army and then flies off and then he says a sher to Sunny Deol over the fucking radio. He's doing shero shairi in the middle of a war.
Bro, the thing is, it is all so believable and all so like it gives that feeling ki
it gets you going. Like it makes you cheer for these boys who are really trying to do something.
Also, the song, bro, Sandese Aate.
Oh, yeah.
Fab song. Fab song.
Just the sheer amount of emotions they've explored in that
10.5
minutes. Even the other song, ye haare hue lamho.
Oh yeah.
Actually ये जो गाना
what is that song? What is the name of the song?
मेरे पास एक संदेश से आते हैं कि बहुत कमाल बैक स्टोरी है. सो दीज गाइज वर लाइक सो इस टाइम पे ना अनु मलिक का कुछ इतना नाम नहीं चल रहा था उस टाइम पे कि अनु मलिक इज द शिज करके. बट अनु मलिक के पास जब ये मूवी आई बॉर्डर बनाने के लिए सो लाइक दे वर लाइक जैमिंग थिंकिंग क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना. सो लिरिक्स जावेद अख्तर के हैं, म्यूजिक अनु मलिक का है.
Okay, yeah.
And Awaz Sonu.
Dude, Anu Malik has talked about, by the way, he was on Cyrus. On that episode, he talked about how he wrote.
Exactly, वही story बता रहा था मैं. Where he's like, so they were like trying to crack this song because everybody was like, ये गाना जो होना चाहिए ना, कमाल होना चाहिए. This should be the highlight of the movie, and like it turned out to be. So they were JP Datta, Javed Akhtar, and Anu Malik. These guys were sitting and they were trying to crack this song. And JP Datta randomly says कि यार वो तेरी कौन सी गाने की एक टोन थी जो तूने मेरे को सुनाई थी, अब मेरे को याद में नहीं आ रही. And then Anu Malik starts humming na 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 na. उसने बस इतना करके बोला and जावेद और वो ये बोलता रहा and JP Datta ये रिपीट पे मतलब हम करता रहा. And Javed Akhtar said कि he said some words and Anu Malik picked up the register and he started writing and Javed Akhtar started saying. वो बोलते गए वो लिखते गए वो बोलते गए वो लिखते गए और 10 पन्नों तक लिखते गए.
Oh damn.
एंड
Crazy.
और फिर यहाँ से उन्होंने ये हुक रखा है, गुजरने वाली हवा बता, सॉरी फॉर द सुर, बट एनीवे,
it's okay.
सो उन्होंने ये हुक
No,
रखा
that
है.
was done to avoid copyright, I guess.
So,
Exactly.
so apparently this song, the song जो 11 मिनट का गाना है, वो आधे घंटे में लिख लिया गया था. और ये अगर तुम इसके लिरिक्स देखोगे तो आई थिंक इट्स द मोस्ट वन ऑफ द मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल सॉन्ग्स टू एवर कम आउट. एंड आई थिंक 30 पेजेस तक ये लोग लिखते गए. लाइक इमेजिन जावेद अख्तर इज सिटिंग एंड इज लाइक रिसाइटिंग पोएट्री टू यू इन अ
Yeah,
वे,
dude.
and then you just writing without asking any questions. JP Datta is just sitting and listening and and this is what like drives me towards like something like this, when you know
Yeah.
कि you literally तुमने खाली पन्ना था, उसके ऊपर तुमने क्या क्रिएट कर दिया यार.
अचानक से एकदम
अचानक से
spur
वहां
of the
पे
moment,
लिजिट आधे घंटे पहले उस जगह पे कुछ नहीं था, और अब तुमने वहां पे इतनी मॉन्यूमेंटल चीज रख दी है कि वो हिस्ट्री का पार्ट हो गई.
Timeless, dude.
And very less people can do that. I know all of us, you, me, you, we like to believe that we are creative people, right?
Yeah.
Of course we would not like get us onto that pedestal जिनके बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, but to be in that line, in that category की जिसके top heads ये लोग हैं,
Yeah.
हम उस उस सूची में हैं.
Yeah.
I think that in itself makes me feel proud about
Yeah.
the field that I'm in, कि यार मैं कुछ नहीं से बहुत कुछ बनाने की क्षमता रख सकता हूँ. And I think
Yeah.
that's very beautiful.
I think just to be just to be an ever so tiny part of doing what these people have
what
already
these
done.
people do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think that's another very beautiful piece on patriotism on India,
Okay.
on Hindustan is one. अच्छा, मैं ये पूरा पढ़ूंगा, ठीक है? तो ये
Oh wait.
Okay, I know. Okay.
Oh damn.
ठीक है.
I know where this is going.
What is that? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that. अगर खिलाफ है होने दो, जान थोड़ी है, ये सब धुआं है, कोई आसमान थोड़ी है. लगेगी आग तो आएंगे घर कई जद में, यहाँ पे सिर्फ हमारा मकान थोड़ी है. मैं जानता हूँ कि दुश्मन भी कम नहीं, लेकिन हमारी तरह हथेली पे जान थोड़ी है. हमारे मुंह से जो निकले वही सदाकत है, हमारे मुंह में तुम्हारी जुबान थोड़ी है. जो आज साहिबे मसनद हैं कल नहीं होंगे, जो आज साहिबे मसनद हैं कल नहीं होंगे. किराएदार हैं ज़ाती मकान थोड़ी है, सभी का खून है शामिल यहाँ की मिट्टी में, किसी के बाप का हिंदुस्तान थोड़ी है.
क्या बात.
I don't remember this. What is this part of the
So
movie?
this is a ghazal by the famous poet who we lost during the pandemic. Rahat Indori साहब.
Okay.
Also Snayhil.
जिन्होंने वो लिखी है बुलाती है मगर जाने का नहीं, जो बहुत फेमस हुई थी.
You must have seen it on Instagram trends.
Yeah.
Alright.
So Snayhil, quick trivia. This episode comes out on 12th of August. It's the second death anniversary of Rahat Indori on the 11th of August, just a day prior.
Yeah.
So big tributes to Rahat sahab.
Big tributes. I think he's written beautifully about this country.
Yeah,
beautifully about this. And one of the pieces was this.
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Also, he's also the guy who wrote M bole to.
What?
Yeah.
From where to where?
That's the range, na?
Great song, but yes. Another aspect of patriotic movies is patriotic sports movies.
Oh yeah,
Because
sure.
and that,
Chak de India.
Yeah, I
bro.
would say yeah, right up there. Right?
70 minute है
So
तुम्हारे
would
पास.
you call Chakti the best sports Indian patriotic movie?
Yeah, I guess.
It's right up there. 83
it's
would
right
be
up there.
In
bro.
sports, yes.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Acha, another very
And Chakti
weird.
has everything. Chakti has like
does.
someone trying to get his name back.
Yeah.
Like a
आपने ABCD 2 देखी है? Sorry, एकदम से मैं डांस पे चला गया, बट आपने ABCD 2 देखी है?
I've seen the songs. Beautiful songs.
ABCD 2 के एंड में ना दे आर डूइंग दिस इंडिया पेट्रियोटिक
Oh, yeah.
एक्ट, ठीक है, जो उनका लास्ट फिनाले परफॉर्मेंस है, दैट इज ऑन इंडिया. एंड एट दैट पॉइंट आई वाज वाचिंग इट इन द थिएटर एंड इट वाज सच अ बिल्ड अप in the movie that I almost cried when they were like talking about their country, the culture, I was like, bro, mera desh.
Yeah.
ठीक है?
It gets
And
you going, dude.
It gets you going, yeah. And I was surprised. I was like, out of every patriotic movie that I watched,
Are you sure they didn't just you didn't just crying to get the movie over?
No.
Like,
I am sure it was like, I was like, bro, out of all the patriotic movies that I've watched, out of all the texts that I read,
Yeah.
this is making me tear up. And I think it was amazing, the whole experience, the song, the build up, like the struggle to reach there.
Yeah.
It was all together. And then Varun Dhawan just, ऐसा अपना तिरंगा फहराता है, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
bro.
I forgot the name of the guy who's at the bottom of that pyramid. I think it was Puneet and Salman.
Yeah.
Who were at the bottom. So he
Puneet
gets,
and D.
yeah, Puneet and D. So he gets himself injured while
Yeah.
doing
He is
it.
Dharmesh sir.
D is Dharmesh.
Yeah, D is Dharmesh. So
I know this from dance.
So he gets himself injured. He's bleeding from his mouth.
Yeah,
and
that
then
is
he
Puneet. That is Puneet. Yeah.
And then he stands up again, and they make the pyramid, and then he waves the flag.
Yeah,
It gets
bro,
you
it
going,
was
dude.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, we can come back to Chak De India, but I think the movie जिसने
Yeah.
patriotism का मेरा ऐसा वो छू लिया थोड़ा सा,
But
वो ये भी थी.
speaking of
Basically.
moments-
I think that's the best review ABC2 has ever gotten.
So speaking of moments about patriotism that get you going,
Yeah.
the moment when she stopped the final penalty and the camera cuts
Dude,
to
yes,
Shah Rukh Khan,
great scene.
Oh,
and he is
Yeah.
just
And he's just like,
relaxed.
yes.
He's just
Great.
like, oh God, what
Dude,
has
yeah.
happened?
Chak De India, what makes you tear up multiple places.
Yeah, multiple places.
All those Shah Rukh ka backstory places,
Yeah.
dealing with the being called in the
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
Bro, that-
and in the end when he comes back also,
Yeah.
that moment
the
is so strong.
scene, see again,
That little Sardar kid.
I
Another
think-
scene in the movie that really gets you going is when the women's team loses the match to the men's team.
Yeah,
But
sure.
they still show them respect by
respect.
giving them the
Yeah.
hockey stick.
Yeah.
Another scene
Also,
fantastically done.
Again, I think सीन से ज्यादा उस सीन का जो बिल्डअप होता है वो इतना
Yeah.
इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. अब जैसे जो वो आखिर का शाहरुख वाला सीन है कि इसकी हॉकी राइट की तरफ है, राइट को
Yeah.
शॉट लेगी, पर इसका पैर तो लेफ्ट की तरफ है,
ये left
ये लेफ्ट को शॉट लेगी, या खुदा ये सीधा शॉट लेगी, फिर उसके बाद लाइक विद्या मेरी तरफ देखो, मेरी तरफ देखो, वो इतना बिल्डअप है,
Yeah.
एंड सडनली सारी साउंड बंद हो गए, विद्या जस्ट लुक्स एट हिम
Yeah.
एंड द साई दैट ही टेक्स, लाइक रिलीफ कि हाँ इसने मेरी तरफ देख लिया, मुझे पता है सीधा शॉट लेगी, और वो उसकी तरफ से हाथ दिखाता है, एंड जब वो सीधा शॉट लेती है एंड पीछे से फिर मौला बचता, ओ हो.
And the fact that during that one single second when the
Yeah.
shot hits her glove, there is no other sound but
No
just
other
the sound
sound,
of
yeah.
the ball hitting her glove.
एंड आई थिंक
Fantastic.
भाई शाहरुख से बेटर पुल ऑफ नहीं कर
नहीं कर
सकता है
सकता,
इसको कोई,
yeah.
नहीं कर सकता.
Yeah, I mean,
नहीं कर सकता.
Shah Rukh
I mean,
stamps
that-
his movies, dude.
Yeah.
He stamps his movies in a way that nobody else can touch them after.
I'm sure you know the 70-minute speech by heart. I'm sure you do.
मेरे को पहले
I would
पहली
be very
line-
disappointed if you don't.
नहीं काफी हद तक मेरे को याद है, पर मेरे को पूरी
तो कितना-
ऐसा हुआ
कितना?
था.
Let's go first
मतलब-
two
नहीं
lines.
नहीं हाँ,
First two
तो
lines.
ये 70 मिनट है तुम्हारे पास, अगर तुम अपनी जिंदगी सबसे अच्छी हॉकी खेल गए, तो तुम खुदा भी तुमसे तुम्हारे 70 मिनट तुमसे
नहीं
वापस
छीन
नहीं
सकता.
छीन सकता. ये इन 70 मिनट में तुम दिखा, मतलब मैं बहुत टूटा बोल रहा हूँ कि
हाँ.
हर उस इंसान को जिसने तुम पे कभी डाउट किया, हर उस इंसान को जिसने कभी तुम पे ये किया, दिखा दो कि तुम कर सकते हो, तुम ये कर सकते हो. तो ठीक है, मतलब मुझे मालूम है, बट मुझे इतने वर्ड टू वर्ड नहीं मालूम.
Yeah.
Okay. You have till tomorrow. Go home and learn it.
Yeah.
So would you say best sports patriotic movie?
चक
is
दे इंडिया.
Chuck the India,
एक्चुअली
yes.
वो
By a mile.
83 का लहरा दो जो गाना है,
Yeah.
वो भी थोड़ा सा ऐसा.
So, man, I tell you what, I saw 83 in a single screen theater in Dadar, which
Yeah.
had a really nice crowd, like all
Sure, yeah.
young crowd, which was like typical, Indian tier 2 wala crowd.
True.
Yeah.
हाँ.
I enjoyed the out of that film, dude.
Yeah, 83 was, dude, I had a good
Yeah,
time.
it was
I saw
I don't know what.
83 बेचारी बस टाइमिंग से मात खा
Could
गई.
be, yeah.
Dude, नहीं, it wasn't a fabulous movie.
No,
or
I'll
anything
tell you.
by a
So,
long shot.
जितनी वो
It was
pity
it
ना,
was a good film.
It's an
Fair enough.
enjoyable film.
Yeah, it's
That's
a good
word, yeah.
experience. It's a
Yeah.
very good experience.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
thing is कि जब वो रिलीज हुई, हम जस्ट लॉकडाउन से निकले थे.
Yeah.
वो रिलीज हुई and nobody was expecting another lockdown.
Also, it was hyped for like 2.5
2.5 years. And so the thing was कि वो इतना
Yeah.
हाइप आया, मूवी रिलीज हुई, पहले देखने गए 2 दिन के अंदर वापस लॉकडाउन.
Yeah.
सो आई थिंक द
पिट
मूवी
गई बेचारी, हाँ.
या तो
और जब खुला भी था तो भी 50% कैपेसिटी से खुला था.
50% कैपेसिटी से था, राइट. और मैंने जब 83 देखी थी पूरे हॉल में अकेला मैं था.
Oh, damn.
Oh, really? क्या?
अकेला.
Oh,
Damn. Nice.
that's.
मैंने देखा भी वैसे सुबह 7:30 बजे का शो
The
था.
hall
हाँ,
that I
तो
watched
तेरे
it
घर
मैं
में
in,
अकेला था.
the hall that I watched it in, it turned into an actual stadium, dude. People were hooting,
hooting, yeah,
whistling,
great. Oh,
and
nice.
cheering
My-
as though we're watching a live cricket match. It was
या
a- it was a
सो माय
beautiful
मॉम,
experience.
आई थिंक ये चीज मेरे को लगती है कि हम लोग जो है ना मूवी को ज्यादा क्रिटिक कर देते हैं.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ठीक है, अब जैसे व्हेन इट कम्स टू माय फैमिली, माय मॉम, माय डैड, माय ब्रदर, माय सिस्टर, वो भी अभी वो छोटे हैं तो वो इतना क्रिटिक नहीं करते. माय मॉम डैड हैव पास्ड दिस स्टेज, तो वो इतना क्रिटिक नहीं करते. दे जस्ट एंजॉय द
Yeah.
एक्सपीरियंस.
Yeah.
सो द सीन वेयर रणवीर सिंह छक्का मारता है और कैच कपिल देव करता
Oh
है.
yeah, dude.
Bro, my mom flipped down that scene. She was like, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is the most amazing scene in the entire
Yeah.
movie.
Also, I think it's also because Kapil Dev was such a hero for all of
या
these people.
एक
dude.
मतलब इतनी छोटी छोटी चीजें जो जिन चीजों को हम लोग शायद वो करें कि क्या फूहड़पना है एक तरीके से
Yeah.
अगर कहें तो, पर आई थिंक द ऑडियंस दैट दे आर ट्राइंग टू केटर टू, दे आर केटरिंग
Exactly.
superbly.
It's
agree.
like
Yeah.
we act a little too elitist
Yeah,
when it
bro.
comes to expressing our love towards the
ये
country.
चीज तो मेरे को
and all of
लगती
One
this.
of my
Yeah.
favorite scenes from that movie is the unaired match. The match we never
Oh
got to
yeah.
air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because dude, I can't just the circumstances around that
yeah.
match.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like there was a strike going on because of some BBC strike going on. So there was no one covering
Yeah.
No, that
any
match.
sports that
Yeah.
day.
And that was actually because there was another match going
Yeah.
on
Which
at
was
the same
Australia,
time.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Australia, New Zealand. Australia, England. Australia.
Yeah.
So
So
it
that
was
was the bigger
Australia and
match.
England,
Yeah.
and BBC thought that this is a much bigger match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
much-
we have to send
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
on a strike day, we'll send it to that match.
that match instead.
true,
yeah.
true.
And this match turned out to be one of the greatest matches
Yeah.
played in history.
Ever, yeah.
And Kapil Dev made the highest runs.
उस time
ever
का world
scored.
record. उस
Yeah,
time का
world
world
record.
record.
175 not out.
This is ridiculous.
like
of all the matches for not to
That
be
match,
televised,
yeah.
is that one
I mean,
match? Dude?
even after 40 years in modern cricket, also 175 not out is a huge
Huge
fucking
Yeah,
deal.
absolutely.
Huge
It
deal.
is huge.
Yeah, bro.
absolutely. Only a handful of people have done it also, right?
Yeah, very few people. have
Also,
actually.
now that we are talking about patriotism and our country, I think we should congratulate the entire Commonwealth Games contingent.
Oh
that-
yeah, dude.
God,
Yeah,
amazing.
This
how many
week,
gold? How much gold did they win?
22 gold
22
medals.
gold medals.
2-2.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
This is without archery
Without
and shooting.
archery and shooting. I swear, bro, this is so. 2018 में जब हुए थे तो 66 medals आए थे in total, including shooting. ठीक है. And this time when we didn't have shooting, we were like very वो कि यार shooting was one of the strongest sports for India.
Yeah.
और इस बारी वो था ही नहीं तो we were like very dicey कि भाई कैसा medal tally होने वाला है. But bro, we won medals in like
how many total?
61
61.
just 5 medals का हम लोग कम रह गए हमारे 2018 कैंपेन
But is the highest number of gold we won? Is that
no, it was 2018 only, but the thing is
2010 was the highest.
2010 was the-
because
जो
2010 was hosted in India.
Yeah, दिल्ली में
So
हुआ.
we ended up winning 101 medals that year.
yeah
Wow.
Yeah.
but ये वाला जो हमने विदाउट शूटिंग जो हमने किया है I think
Yeah, exactly.
it's too commendable
Yeah.
for the country to achieve this. We won medals in athletics,
Yeah.
steeplechase,
Steeplechase.
and then so there's this stat that I saw 1998 से लेके
98. Yeah.
98 से लेके अभी तक there's this 3000 मीटर का जो रेस रहता
So
है.
steeplechase is a 3,400 by 400 meter race, I think it is, which has like hurdles. There's a
Okay.
pond of water. There's a like barrier that you have to jump over. So it's an obstacle race kind of a thing.
Okay.
And since 1998 till 2022, which happened like this year last week,
Yeah.
Kenya was the only country that used to win all the three.
All
medals.
three, and this time one Indian won the silver in that.
Can we get the name of the person, please? I think he deserves to be mentioned. Sable. His surname is Sable. I forgot his name.
Wow, damn impressive.
Yeah. So he's broken.
Avinash Sable.
Avinash Sable. He's part of the police force.
Oh, really? He's
Yeah,
a police officer?
from
Yeah.
sports quota.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like to break the record that stands since 1990.
crazy.
That's
That's
almost as old as I am.
crazy.
That's almost as old as I
Crazy.
am. It's crazy to think
Amazing.
about. That he's
Imagine
finally
all
broken the
three
record.
podiums to like
Single guy.
Kenya.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then one guy
Yeah.
comes and breaks the
record.
That streak.
So
Yeah.
there was,
Streak,
there
yeah.
They
was
must hate
actually,
him.
there was actually this really beautiful tweet in which they had posted like 1998 and 3 Kenya flags, 2002
Yeah.
3 Kenya flags, 2006 3 Kenya flags, and then comes 2022
One
Kenya,
India.
India,
Kenya.
Nice.
Bro,
It's
it's such a मतलब
Yeah.
moment of
What a
pride,
moment. What a
proud
moment.
pride. Amazing, and PV Sandhu, amazing as always.
Yeah.
Our Indian women's cricket team,
Yeah.
amazing silver medal they got.
Yeah.
And this lawn ball mein first time we won the gold medal.
First appearance.
In,
Huh.
Yeah.
Which game?
in lawn
Lawn ball.
balls.
Lawn ball is another sport which is part
Yeah.
of the Commonwealth Games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our women's team won the gold and our men's team won the silver.
Silver. Yeah.
Hockey team won the silver. Our badminton contingent was
And
amazing.
weightlifting.
Weight. Bro, weightlifting to weightlifting. Kushti mein we had 12 wrestlers. All 12 won.
All 12 won.
Wow.
And in wrestling,
5 bronze, 1 silver,
yeah,
6 gold.
6 golds.
Wow.
12 of them went. 12 of them won.
That's
In
amazing,
wrestling,
dude.
we won
Wow,
a medal
like,
in
this has to
every-
be like the the last dance, kind of like the greatest team
The amazing
ever. That's the greatest wrestling team ever.
one of the most amazing campaigns we've had this
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
and I think it's commendable.
And-
Kudos to the entire team
Yeah, yeah.
and to this entire country.
And what's exciting is all of these people who have won medals are all like around the age of 25, 26
Yeah.
or less. So this
A
means they've
19,
got
20
You
year
have
old.
hope.
Other than that, this also means that there's a few more games that they've got left in them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Which
Sure.
shows like a 10-15 year of Indian domination coming up in the international
आएगा,
games.
बिल्कुल
dude.
आएगा. ये-
100%. Dude, one
LOC
film we
can't
haven't talked about at all, at least like an honorable mention, I think it deserves, is Rang De Basanti.
We did talk about.
We did talk about that.
I mean, it's a
just
great,
talked about
firstly,
that.
great movie, Supreme
Yeah.
Patriotic, one of my
Yeah.
favorites. But we talked about the Siddharth.
Yeah, we
Bhagat
talked
Singh.
about the Bhagat Singh part of the
Bro,
film.
bro, Rang De Basanti का जो वो गाना है, that one song that I don't think I need to mention and everybody will get.
All of them are great, yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Bro,
That
Luka
album.
Chupi.
Oh, dude.
Because of his great.
Yeah.
Luka Chupi, that song
Mind-blowing.
is amazing song. जिस तरीके I think रंग दे बसंती मूवी ने जिस तरीके से इंडिया को दिखाया है,
Yeah.
I think the take on that on the issue in hand
Yes.
is amazing. The way they try to marry आज का generation with
The boys of,
the boys, the OG boys, ठीक है,
of HSRA.
या ऑफ HSRA, वो कितना कमाल है. द वे देव लाइक उन्होंने पेट्रियोटिज्म को कॉमेडी और एक इस तरीके से लेयर डाउन करके ब्रेक डाउन करके ऑडियंस को बताया है कि हर किसी को समझ में आए कि देशभक्ति क्या है.
Yeah.
देशभक्ति देश के बारे में होती है,
हाँ.
किसी एक इंसान के बारे में नहीं होती.
Yeah.
It's always the country first. And so when they show ki, you know, there are corrupt politicians who will just, you know, देश के कंधे पे बंदूक रख के अपना एजेंडा डालेंगे.
Yeah.
उसको कैसे टैकल करना है, किस तरीके से उसको टैकल किया उन लोगों ने. एंड वो उन्होंने जो हुक दिखाया, वो रीजनिंग की उनके फ्रेंड को जो अपने देश के टुवर्ड्स अपनी ड्यूटी करते करते मरा, ताकि उसकी छवि के ऊपर कोई लांछन ना है, कोई उसके पेट्रियोटिज्म के ऊपर कोई एक ब्लैक मार्क ना डाले. उस पेट्रियोटिज्म को उन्होंने बचाए रखने के लिए जो पूरी पिक्चर में एक्चुअल पेट्रियोटिज्म क्या होना चाहिए उसके बारे में बताया. आई थिंक दैट्स अमेजिंग.
Beautiful.
वन ब्यूटिफुल सीन इज व्हेन दीज गाइज जब इनका वो शिफ्ट होता है ना, जब उनका वो माइंड शिफ्ट होता है फ्रॉम कि अरे अब इनके बारे में कौन सुनना चाहता है वगैरह वगैरह, टू जब वो मूंछ लगाता है आमिर खान. अरे यार क्या कमाल सी.
Also that line before Madhavan's death. That line about
the foreshadowing scene. So there's a
एक लाइन क्या एक पैर फ्यूचर में
एक पास्ट में एक और प्रेजेंट में मुड़ रहा है. So in that scene there's a like big foreshadowing as to what is going to happen, in which they carry Madhavan on their shoulders and start marching, and then it cuts to Amir Khan giving Agni to
Madhavan's body.
It is like once that happens you really realize the importance
of that scene.
That bar
Yaar,
scene.
the song, the Luka Chupi song, it's genius. Like A.R. Rahman and Prasoon Joshi, Lata Mangeshkar.
Yeah.
Like मतलब when वो वाला part comes, क्या बताऊं माँ, कहाँ हूँ मैं, यहाँ उड़ने को मैं, bro. I think it touches the right chord, the right nerve. It's amazing. Rang De Basanti is right up there when it comes to the best patriotic movies to ever exist.
It's a fabulous film. Anyway.
Fabulous film. जो out and out तुम्हारे गले में patriotism ठूसता नहीं है, पर कमाल का patriotism
it just makes you aware of what your duty is, and it is done so well. True. Beautiful film.
But yeah, you were starting to talk about LOC.
Yeah, I think LOC.
You think LOC is a better film than Border? You think?
I think I remember LOC. I think मैंने LOC इतनी बार देखी है. Again, LOC के साथ साथ मेरे माइंड में लक्ष्य भी पैरेलली चल रही है.
Okay.
लक्ष्य is also a very
good film.
कमाल का picture when it comes to
a little bit of a different film from LOC, but yeah,
of course.
Lakshya
ka first half is like full romance and like and second half is just full.
But then again, when the shift happens,
Hrithik Roshan did what Ranbir Kapoor is doing now way before Ranbir Kapoor
Yeah,
even
sure.
started about
Yeah.
finding his own journey and
Bro,
finding
Ranbir
purpose in life.
don't get me started on Ranbir Kapoor. तो anyway,
Okay.
but
तूने शमशेरा देख ली? अच्छा, देखी होगी
हाँ,
तूने?
we had an entire episode on
Yeah, correct,
Shamsher
correct,
Antariksh.
Which, by the way, you should check out.
Yeah, which by the way you should check out. It's
Yeah.
the pop rap for the month of
I felt very passionately about
Shamshera. Anyway, so I think LOC में do you guys know कि शेरशाह आपने शेरशाह देखी है?
नहीं, वो भी नहीं देखी मैंने।
Yes, I've seen it.
सिद्धार्थ मल्होत्रा
Yeah,
की कैप्टन
Captain
विक्रम
Vikram
बत्रा
Batra
का रोल
I
प्ले
know.
करता है एंड LOC में ये रोल अभिषेक बच्चन ने प्ले किया था.
अच्छा,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the movie is called LOC Kargil. So the movie was based on the entire Kargil war. 3.5 घंटे की पिक्चर है.
okay, wow.
आई थिंक मेरे लिए वो काफी ओजी पेट्रियोटिक पिक्चर है. नो डाउट कि ज्यादा डायलॉग्स और ये सब जो है वो ज्यादा हार्ड हिटिंग प्रोबेबली बॉर्डर के है. बट आई थिंक LOC इज वेरी फ्रेश इन माई माइंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू पेट्रियोटिज्म एंड पेट्रियोटिक.
It's a very heartfelt film.
Yeah, it's a very heartfelt film. Plus, it's an entire experience because it's a 3 hour 30-minute long movie. तो तुम पूरी तरीके से खुद को उसके अंदर.
Had you watched it in theater when it came out?
No.
No,
Okay.
afterwards.
घर पे ही देखी थी. और जब ये मूवी आई थी, so this was one of those movies जिसके अंदर बहुत explicitly they were abusing because like you know obviously
You're a
like you are at
soldier.
war.
Yeah, exactly.
You are at war.
What kind of words are they saying in the movie?
तो like मतलब you know कि
Yeah.
नहीं
No, no,
like full on like abuses.
Like MC?
Yeah, MCBC.
Wasepur, dude. Full on.
वासेपुर. So like तुम ये तुम्हारा मैं ये तुम्हारी माँ का और गोली चलाना और ये सब. So like they went to the ground realities of it.
Sure.
ठीक है कि मतलब वहाँ पे अगर सोल्जर है तो वो हम आप
Yeah,
करके बात नहीं कर रहा है.
I mean,
after all he's at war.
you are a
right?
soldier who is fighting another person while fighting for your own life.
And like and then after all of this you keep all of this aside for your country.
Exactly.
So like there is a lot of energy, there is a lot of frustration, there is a lot of anger, and I think they portrayed it in a beautiful way. और मुझे वो चीज भूलती नहीं है जिस तरीके से इन लोगों ने I guess that was अभिषेक बच्चन only कि अभिषेक बच्चन अपने बंकर में होता है एंड बाहर आता है फ्रस्ट्रेटेड एंड देन वो लेफ्ट पे शूट करना स्टार्ट करता है और उसको राइट पे पीछे से पीठ पे गोली पड़ जाती है एंड देन ही टर्न्स तो वो उधर देखता है कि उधर भी पाकिस्तानी सोल्जर्स हैं एंड देन दिस वन मैन इज शूटिंग लेफ्ट एंड राइट while getting मतलब you know shot.
Yeah.
I think bro LOC is right up there. For
Major
up there.
respect to Captain Vikram Batra also.
Major respect.
Then we should
Major
also
respect.
talk about one movie which all of us have like forgotten to talk about. Basically, in the sense we haven't thought about it in this category.
That is.
Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
Oh
I would
yeah.
say.
Oh.
It's a very patriotic
Now that you
film.
say it.
Now that you say it.
Yeah. I would call it a very patriotic film. Again, does not shove it down your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very like if you think about it, it's a very micro
It is.
story, but done at a very macro scale.
Yeah.
And it's just very
But the message that it
Message
gives, that is a very peace.
Sure.
very
100%
peace loving.
message,
Exactly.
हाँ,
That's
है ना?
Yeah,
a
fully
better
agree.
message than any other
Fully
message actually.
So-
A great message. है.
Another like now that you mention it, a beautiful thing about Bajrangi Bhaijaan is the intricacies of the India-Pakistan dynamic.
yeah,
that we
that's
have.
the best part of
like
the movie.
outside of just the border and
Yeah.
the diplomacy.
That whole story of them
Yeah.
like him wearing the burqa and
Yeah.
like trying to
and
make
then
it.
you know कि हम बजरंग बली के भक्त हैं झूठ बोल के नहीं
Just
जाएंगे.
the-
Exactly.
like,
Yeah. that's-
Shows our culture in a way.
A scene from the movie where he first reaches Pakistan and he's trying to find food in the morning.
Yeah.
And he's a vegetarian, so he can't find much food in Pakistan.
And then
So,
he's like तबीयत खराब है क्या? Okay.
this is a very simple scene, but it shows you the dynamics between the two things.
exactly,
It's very
exactly.
beautifully
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
So, love
beautiful
Bajrangi.
movie. And Razi also, by the way.
Oh,
We've not
yes, correct, we're not
mentioned
talking about
Razi.
Razi.
after
Yes,
Udta
Alia Bhatt.
Punjab, Razi is Alia Bhatt's finest film. Of course, can't touch Udta Punjab. Udta Punjab is just, she's done one of the best roles of her career
Dude,
in that.
actually, I think her best acting was in
Gangubai.
Gangubai, yeah.
I still believe it's Udta Punjab. dude.
राजी का एक बहुत प्यारी चीज जो मेरे को लगती है गाने ऑफ कोर्स दैट इज वो मैं उसी पे आ रहा था कि जो ए वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तो सो इफ यू सी दैट मूवी आलिया भट्ट जब अपने मन में ए वतन वतन गा रही है वो इंडिया के लिए गा
About
रही
India.
है
And while the boy is singing
while
about, yeah.
she is teaching that song to Pakistani kids वो पाकिस्तान के लिए गा रही है
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
So like you can see it on her face. Like that is where you say that Alia Bhatt is an amazing actress. कि उसने उस गाने को, कि वो हर पाकिस्तानी बच्चे को जिस स्कूल में वो पढ़ा रही है, सिखा रही है, वो ये गाना सिखा रही है, वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, वो पाकिस्तान के लिए गा रहे हैं, बट उसके एक्सप्रेशन पे very clearly you can see that she's
I've never
singing
seen
about.
this movie. I guess I should.
You should.
You should really
So
should.
quick trivia about that song. The initial share, no, not the initial share. It's towards the end where there's a share that says "लब पे आती है दुआ बन के तमन्ना मेरी जिंदगी सूरत की सुबह हो खुदाया तेरी." So this share is actually from the prayer which Gulzar, the writer of the song, used to sing back in his school.
Oh,
in Pakistan.
In Pakistan, yeah.
So Gulzar has grown up in Pakistan for a little while before he came over to India during the partition era. So this was the prayer that they used to sing in his madrasa back when he was in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So he just incorporated that beautifully into the song.
So ये जो छोटी छोटी डिटेल्स, आई थिंक यू नो, अभी जैसे कैप्टन मार्वल में भी अगर आपने देखा तो उन्होंने पाकिस्तान को किस तरीके से दिखाया, उसके हाँ सॉरी मिस मार्वल, नॉट कैप्टन मार्वल, मिस मार्वल, किस तरीके, कितने खूबसूरत तरीके से उन्होंने पाकिस्तान को दिखाया, और उतनी ही खूबसूरत तरीके से उन्होंने ये बताया कि हिंदुस्तान जो पहले बिफोर पार्टीशन जो हिंदुस्तान था, पार्टीशन ने किस तरीके से एक कितनी बड़ी त्रासदी थी जो पार्टीशन हुई, येट इट्स सो यू नो यू विल नॉट सी कि देयर इज अ डिफरेंस, यू विल नॉट सी द डिफरेंस. आप देख के नहीं बता सकते until and unless आपको वो चीज कंडीशन करी गई हो.
I mean, dude, the brown communities outside India, they call themselves desi.
हाँ, they don't call themselves ऐसा. अब जो हुस्ना जो गाना है, again I don't know how every talk that I do it comes back to Piyush Mishra, but Husna, the song, that's about partition. You've heard Husna?
I've not.
You should.
I think that should be the collective recommendation of this
I was going
episode,
to recommend that song.
कि Husna जो गाना है, उन्होंने ये बताया कि पाकिस्तान, अब Husna का लवर जो है वो इंडिया से Husna को पाकिस्तान में एक चिट्ठी लिख रहा है कि भाई वहाँ पे सब कैसा चल रहा है, ठीक है, और उन्होंने उस गाने में उस पूरी चिट्ठी को डिस्क्राइब किया है. एंड दैट इज हाउ दे यू नो देव शोन कि यू नो क्या वहाँ पे अभी भी ये चीजें होती हैं जो यहाँ पे हुआ करती थी. क्योंकि एसेंशियली एवरीबडी नोज कि लोहड़ी का धुआं तो वहां भी वैसे ही उड़ेगा, यहाँ भी ऐसे ही उड़ेगा, फेस्टिवल वही है, पर क्योंकि अब तुमने देश अलग कर दिया तो वहां पे कुछ अलग हो रहा है क्या, यू नो. ऐसे उन्होंने कि दिवाली की लाइट्स अब वहां पे अलग तरीके से चमकती हैं क्या, वहां का सूरज अलग होता है क्या. एंड द लास्ट लाइन इज कि क्या रोता है रातों में पाकिस्तान, क्या वैसे ही जैसे हिंदुस्तान. क्योंकि किसी को नहीं, मतलब यू नो हु वुड वांट. अब मेरी नानी has like she also came to India after like you know during the partition. So she always tells कि हमारा पाकिस्तान में वहाँ पे ये घर हुआ करता था, ऐसे होता था, वैसे होता था. So every time you'll talk to you know this generation, they'll always be very fond of their homeland, which was India. हिंदुस्तान. तो ठीक है, पार्टीशन आ गया है, अब you can't like do anything about it. But then the idea of independence, I think it's a very clubbed idea for me. Yeah. And I think you know अभी 14th को पाकिस्तान का इंडिपेंडेंस डे है, 15th को हमारा इंडिपेंडेंस डे है. I think independence as an idea should be celebrated. Yes. And the message through this episode that we should give should be that celebrate the idea of independence, irrespective of the country that you're in.
And also the idea of independence is whatever your idea of independence is.
Of course.
Exactly.
That way, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, mine is sleeping at home, relaxing.
Which is beautiful.
Happy Independence Day to you, Antariksh. Every weekend.
Exactly. That does bring us to the end of this episode.
Yes.
At least
a
this
beautiful
section of the episode.
A beautiful episode.
Yeah, and we will come back with some awesome recommendations to this beautiful episode.
Yes.
Sorry, Snayhil, I was speaking over you. And break.
And we are back with some अमेजिंग recommendations. Actually इस एपिसोड में हमने एक collective recommendation तो आपको दिया ही है, that is हुस्ना by पीयूष मिश्रा. Please go and listen to it. And उसके बाद we have some ऐसा specific recommendations for you, and we'll start with Nikhil.
So now that we've recommended Husna, I would also like to recommend another beautiful work by Piyush Mishra himself. It's called Bhagat Singh, my friend. It's a TED talk given by
जिसके बारे में हम एपिसोड में बात कर रहे हैं.
Yeah, we've talked about. So I think it's about an hour long. It's it's a beautiful talk, and he really gets into what Bhagat Singh was as a character. Outside of that, I would just also like to recommend, if you guys can, whenever you find time, please find time to read about these boys that made the HSRA, the Hindustan Socialist Republic Association and Army. Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru, all of these boys. It's a mind-blowing story, and you will not regret it. 100%.
Amazing recommendation, Nikhil. Antariksh, what would your recommendation be?
So a few months back, I went into my parents' room. So recommend doing that. No, don't. But they were watching Jaspal Bhatti. They're huge fans of Jaspal Bhatti. Of course. Okay? And made me remember a period of my childhood that I had completely forgotten about. Like, I had forgotten that I have enjoyed Jaspal Bhatti's shows all my life. All my childhood, through a lot of my formative years. And because Jaspal Bhatti's shows are not on television currently nowadays. It's just what it is. My parents were watching not the Jaspal Bhatti show, not his big thing that came afterwards. They were watching something called the Flop Show. Jaspal Bhatti.
I've heard of it.
This was again before the Jaspal Bhatti show. This was like the show where Jaspal Bhatti would do like sketches and satirical
the Flop Show,
on the news, on petrol prices, on politicians. Literally a show which cannot be made today.
100%.
They cannot make that show. Even the simple jokes that they were making about corrupt politicians, someone will take offense at today. So very good show, well ahead of its times, and seems more ahead of its times today than it did just 5 years back, 5 or 10 years back.
The show is now way more relevant.
More relevant than
when it was made.
Absolutely.
True.
And it's something that you can watch literally anytime you want. It's a very relaxed, funny, well written, very thought provoking show. So go watch the Flop Show with Jaspal Bhatti.
It's on YouTube?
You'll have to find it. Yeah, it's on YouTube. A lot of it is on YouTube.
Okay.
If you can find a better print, you go ahead and do that.
I think I will recommend Gagan Damma Bajjo. जिस प्ले के बारे में बात कर रहा था, जिसके बारे में मैं कह रहा था कि द लेजेंड ऑफ भगत सिंह जो है, इससे कुछ क्या इंस्पायर नहीं, क्या कहते हैं उसे,
इंस्पायर्ड ही है यार.
इंस्पायर्ड, चलो कुछ इससे लेती है वो फिल्म. इट्स ऑल्सो अ बुक, मतलब इट्स अ प्ले जो बुक फॉर्म में भी यू कैन हैव. अगर आपके घर के किसी थिएटर में ये प्ले हो रहा है तो डेफिनेटली गो एंड वॉच दिस. और अगर नहीं हो रहा है एंड यू वांट टू रीड, यू लाइक रीडिंग प्लेज, दिस प्ले इज अ मस्ट read. And I think I have 3 copies of this play. One is a hardbound, one is normal paperback, actually 4. One is
so hit Snayhil up if you want a copy of it for yourself.
Yeah, तो एक मेरे पास hardbound है, एक मेरे पास paperback है, एक ऐसी है जो मैंने signed copy है मेरे पास पीयूष मिश्रा की.
Snayhil, you must be great at parties.
और एक ऐसी है जिसको लेके मैं ट्रैवल कर सकता हूँ कि मतलब अगर ये मतलब यू नो दैट रफ एंड टफ,
when you are going and you for a week and you can't be away from your copy of
आई थिंक पीयूष मिश्रा के काम का मैं काफी बड़ा प्रशंसक हूँ उनकी.
really वो पता नहीं चलता.
तो उनकी काफी किताबों उनकी काफी किताबों की काफी कॉपीज है मेरे पास.
4 times the business for one.
एक बार मैं उनके पास गया था, उनके गानों का एक वो है, क्या कहते हैं, हाँ नहीं उनके गानों का एक अमेलगमेशन सा है जो उन्होंने किताब में बनाया है. एक बहुत छोटी सी किताब है. तो मैं वो किताब उनके पास लेके गया साइन करवाने के लिए, एंड ही वाज लाइक, अबे ये तेरे को मिली कहाँ से ये किताब? I was like, you are also shocked कि ये किताब छप गई है क्या? मतलब
he's like, this is a bootlegger who has taken the copy of my book and is selling it on the cheap on the roadside.
But I think Gagan Damma Bajjo is an amazing play. If you want to know more about Bhagat Singh,
I think I finally learned the name of the play. It is Gagan Damma Bajjo.
Gagan Damma Bajjo.
Okay, something like that. It's close enough.
उसके अंदर एक गाना है कि कौन है हम और आए कहाँ से, क्या है हमारा ठिकाना. बहुत लंबा गाना है, मैं गाता रहूंगा, मेरे को कोई है.
Atif also covered it. It's called हम किस गली जा रहे. Okay, let's go.
That's the episode for this week, guys, and happy Independence Day to all of
Independence Day.
आजादी मुबारक
उन सबको जो सुन रहे हैं. हमारे 300 लिसनर्स अब 400 हो गए हैं.
Congratulations.
Way to go.
See you next week, guys. Bye bye.